Ever wondered how a job opportunity could turn into a deadly curse? Picture this: the early 20th century, the U.S. Radium Corporation employing young women, known as the Radium Girls. Their task? Painting watch dials with a radium-based paint, a job seen as glamorous due to the supernatural glow-in-the-dark effect of radium. It was an exciting era of luminescent wonder, a time when the gleam of prosperity masked the lurking shadow of peril. Little did they know, their dream jobs would soon transform into a nightmare. As time passed, the glow of opportunity began to fade into an eerie luminescence. The Radium Girls, once radiant with the promise of prosperity, found themselves engulfed in the shadow of a grim reality. The luminous paint that had been their ticket to financial freedom was now a sinister specter that haunted their health. The first signs were subtle, almost imperceptible: a nagging fatigue that wouldn't lift, a pallor that couldn't be banished by rest. They were diagnosed with anemia, a condition that, at the time, was as common as it was misunderstood. Yet these were merely the opening acts of the horror show that was to follow. Then came the sores. These were not the simple skin irritations one might expect from exposure to a chemical substance, but rather painful, debilitating ulcers that refused to heal. Worrisome, yes, but still perhaps explainable. It was the radium jaw, however, that truly sounded the alarm. A condition as ghastly as its name suggests, it involved the deterioration of jaw bones, leading to severe disfigurement and unbearable pain. The light that once symbolized hope and prosperity was now a grim reaper, mercilessly claiming the vitality of these young women. Despite the mounting evidence of harm, the company remained steadfast in its denial. They insisted that radium was not only safe, but beneficial. They paraded doctors who extolled the virtues of radium, citing its purported health benefits and dismissing the girls' concerns as unfounded. The company's defense was as persistent as it was callous. They pointed to the lack of definitive scientific evidence, conveniently ignoring the human suffering unfolding right before their eyes. They continued to peddle their deadly product, all the while knowing the truth about its lethal nature. The company's denial left the girls in the dark, both metaphorically and literally. The once dazzling glow of radium had turned into a grim specter, casting long and foreboding shadows over their lives. But in the face of adversity, the Radium Girls would not be silenced. Their fight was just beginning. In the face of adversity, the Radium Girls decided to shine a light on the truth. And so, they embarked on a fight for justice against the U.S. Radium Corporation, the very company that had once promised them a bright future. This was not your typical David versus Goliath story. It was a war of attrition, fought in courtrooms and public opinion, where the odds were stacked heavily against our heroines. The Radium Girls, with their health failing and time running out, were up against a corporate giant that was willing to go to any lengths to protect its interests. But the Radium Girls were not alone. Among those who stood beside them was Catherine Wolfe Donahue, a scientist and a tireless activist. Catherine not only lent her expertise to the cause, but also became their voice, relentlessly pursuing justice even as she herself was succumbing to the effects of radium poisoning. With their unwavering courage and Catherine's relentless pursuit, they managed to turn the tide. Their legal battle led to a landmark ruling, forcing the U.S. Radium Corporation to accept responsibility for its actions. The fight resulted in significant changes in labor laws and improved workplace safety standards, ensuring that no workers would have to suffer as they did. Their fight was not in vain, as their legacy continues to protect workers today. The Radium Girls, in their struggle and sacrifice, not only illuminated the dark side of industrial progress, but also sparked a beacon of hope for workers' rights. The tale of the Radium Girls is a haunting reminder of the cost of corporate greed and negligence. Their story, though shrouded in darkness, sparked a light that forever changed the world. The tragic fate of the Radium Girls served as a catalyst for change. It brought to the forefront the dangers of radium and radioactivity, previously obscured by the dazzling allure of luminescent watches. This newfound awareness sparked a wave of reforms, prompting stricter regulations and rigorous safety measures for workers dealing with hazardous materials. Their story also propelled the evolution of occupational safety laws. It was their fight, their suffering, that underscored the dire need for legal protection for workers. It was their voices that echoed in the courts, leading to landmark rulings that continue to shape workers' rights today. The glow of their courage continues to illuminate the path for workers' rights and safety, making the Radium Girls a beacon of hope amidst tragedy.